R&R poetry is not the banging of hammers on industrial steel.
R&R poetry will smash your pre-thought dreams into a landfill until it recycles into a new creation and boomerangs back into your skull like a smattering of fresh seeds.
R&R poetry is the overcast of a broken soul that wishes nature wasn't entrenched. Of a staple in our jigsaw society is the white talk box that we refer to as iPhones.
R&R poetry believes in invading people's boundaries instead of nature's.
R&R poetry is not the crushing and snapping of the man's drooling maw.
R&R poetry will be the Colonel to KFC, Ronald to McDonald's, and the Gene Hackman to the birdcage.
R&R poetry is the tainted yelp of fallen leaves that are being blown about by the smoggy winds of political leeches.
R&R poetry believes that people need to be stung with the metaphorical bullshit we call the meaning of life. Or not.
R&R poetry is not a bright new promised land, but a dirty and grimy reclamation.
Poetry will be the death and rebirth of you. I meant to say R&R poetry will be the death and rebirth of you all at the same time.
R&R poetry is the splash of hydration from clear as crystal spring waters in the midst of a piss-filled public pool.
Now back up, you're gonna want to get this.
Yes!
R&R poetry believes that now is the time to mosh in fountains of youth and take shots from the Holy Grail.
Holy Grail!
Oh, God, the good stuff!
Down with the pseudo-artistic postmodern deconstructionism. Now is the age of Reconstructionism.
Yes.
R&R poetry is not a respite for the starved and breathless, but an unexplored oasis of things renewed, reborn, and repurposed.
R&R poetry will call you to submit beneath the rubbish until the rubbish is merely rubbish in a world full of rubbish.
R&R poetry is the voice of our muted youth that grasp for a gasp of breath within the murky marsh of a discarded society.
R&R poetry believes that no one deserves to feel the luxuries of breathing in another being's creation, so you better hold your breath.
Yeah. R&R poetry?